And so that leads to the next thing I wanted to dig into. And so put your coach hat on for just a second. I know at this point you can't take it off in life. That's who you are. It's your identity. But very practically, coach someone on what it looks like to follow Coach Dungy's advice to take ownership of your failure and get better as a result of it.
Okay, I'll do it really quick again because I can be long-winded. What I learned, and I still use this practice today, is go evaluate whatever you're calling as the failure, right? Whatever low-performing standards you're going through, and take all the things that you can control and look at those first. Because here's what happens. Everybody looks at all the things they can't control first. Everybody. And I still fall into I have all this head knowledge, I have all this experience to it, and my first instinct is to always go look at things I can't control. Well, he, she, that, this system, that process stopped me from doing what I want to do. Go look at the things that you can control. And if you start identifying the controllables and creating a system where you're measuring yourself on what you can control, I guarantee you, and you might go, no, you just know my circumstance. No, I guarantee you, you control your controllables better, and those other things all of a sudden start to change, and they start to get better. Not perfect. You still might have a lot of roadblocks. You might have the worst boss ever, and no matter what you do, he's just a bad boss, or she's a bad boss. But as you're controlling your controllables, the impact of that bad boss isn't quite as severe as it was before. And so we grade all of our people on what we call CTC, control the controllables. So all my coaches, all my players, anybody interacts in my tribe has a CTC score. And because we want, one, to evaluate them that way, and then two, to give them the chance to fix those things. So that'd be number one is identify your controllables, measure them, and then take an honest look. Are you performing to your personal standards in your controllable measurables? Then once that's set and you're still maybe in a bad situation, well, then maybe that's not the situation you need to be in. If you're controlling everything that you can and you're hitting high marks in your CTC score, then, and things are just still really negative, toxic, then now it might be time to make a hard decision and go somewhere else where those controllables are valued and we're in a healthier environment.
And so you had this moment with the Bucs where you had to take ownership of your failures and one of the worst quarterback performances of any NFL season ever. And so how'd you work through that, and where did it lead?
Well, funny story. I still get every kids want me to sign these trading cards, and I always immediately look and see if they have that year on the back. And if they do, then I sign over that part of it in Sharpie, so the kid can't, some 10-year-old kid can't go, oh my gosh, that's terrible. He just sees the Sharpie mark there. And it's a good strategy.
Did they have the quarterback rating at that time?
Yes, and I don't even know. I honestly have never looked at what it is. Somebody will, and they'll go, oh my gosh, that was historically bad. Well, here's the good news. 96, we start off 1-7. It was bad. And the narrative was the same outside of our building. He's terrible. He's the reason. However, in the building was much different because now I was controlling what I could control. And that's one of the lessons to this is your network, your ecosystem, your environment will recognize that you are doing everything in your power to be the best you can be. And people will start not looking at you as the reason why, but elsewhere. So we stunk, but I wasn't stinking. I was doing what I needed to do. And that was the message coming back to me from my teammates, my coaches was, hey, we're close. It doesn't look like we're close, but we're close. And then we went on this really nice run at the 90s, end of 96. I think we won 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 7. I can't remember. And now you had momentum going into 97. In 97, we did something that even Tom Brady talks about to this day, now that he's a Buck. We took a team that was the worst franchise in football, and in 17 years hadn't been in the playoffs, and we took it to the playoffs. And then we won a playoff game, and then we barely lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions, the Green Bay Packers, in their place. But we were like the Browns this year. Like, everybody had the aha moment of, oh, they're back. They've earned the league's respect. I had earned the league's respect. I got named to the Pro Bowl, which is a huge honor as a young quarterback.